Hi and welcome back to another Bestestimes Reborn YouTube video. I'm your host Brad. It is currently, let's have a look at the time on my phone. It is 6:30 a.m. on Wednesday the 7th of May 2025. Walking over Bamboo Creek Bridge at the moment. The footpath bridge, the footbridge. Bamboo Creek, and there's back where we just started the video, where I just came from. Using low light mode for now till it gets brighter, hopefully. Current temperature, let's have a look. Current temperature is 21.7 degrees Celsius, feels like 24.2. 96% humidity, and we've had 0.6 millimeters of rain since 9 a.m. yesterday. So what the plan is for this video, or this part of the video, is to walk out to the old high school in Stitch Street, get around there and see what buildings are left. Because last time I came out here, they were just about, well, it looked like they were just about to knock down one of the last buildings that you can see from the road that wasn't being used, the A block, Block A, whatever you want to call it. The one that was there in the 1950s and 60s. And it was probably there before then too. So we're walking along near the cemetery. We might actually go down Scullin Avenue. We'll see how I feel when I get up there. And then go down Jones Street, Jones. Keeping up with the Joneses, that sort of thing. One of the Endeavour Foundation buildings. If anyone remembers the old name for that was around in the 90s, please let me know in the comments. If you have any photos of the old setup, feel free to put them on old new Innisfail photos on Facebook. Or any old local photos between and including Babinda and Cardwell. You're much appreciated. I might go down Jones unless there's big changes down the road that I can see. Something a little different. That way I can just spin around and come back down on the highway. Yeah, that might be the better way to do it. So I'll do the Scullin Avenue, Jones, Stitt, and then back down this direction, towards this direction. It's got the caravan parks open, sometimes it's completely closed and there's no one there. The RV park, too early for stalls to be set up. Here's some of the front graves for the cemetery. It's a very Innisfail name, Vandeleur. One you hear of here. There's a solicitor Vandeleur. Probably some relation, Vandeleur and Todd. Won't go right up close to them or anything, out of privacy, out of respect. But we can just show from here. These are the older ones. There's a McAvoy one. It's like new headstones put on. See if we can beat the rain around there. It's clearing up this direction. But if you look over towards the RV, East Innisfail, back towards town, and all that, it's pretty terrible. But we'll go down Scullin, past Uniting Church and that, and near Black's funeral. Turn down there, so we'll go left up here when we get to Jones Street. So it's way more cars than you'd expect at this hour. That's how it is. I expect it on the highway. So now we're beside the cemetery, that's to my right. I know people have wanted me to do full-on stuff with the cemetery, but I don't know if that's the right thing to do, if that's legal, if that's respectful. I doubt it. There's Uniting Church over there. That's the Barrier Reef Motel, whatever it's called, just there. But Uniting Church. Oh, the minister name's been covered over, maybe they got a new minister. Yeah, some of them they put new plaques and stuff on them, of these graves. We'll just have a quick look at this. I've shown it in the past. Tom Dillon Memorial Steps, dedicated to CPL Tom Dillon. All these numbers, you can read it on there. So it's army stuff or some sort of military things. Blah, blah, blah. Erected by the Johnson Shire Council in 1983. There you go. Just wanted to know the year 1983 these steps were built. You can see them, a bit of detail there. The cemetery, so it's in the Scullin Avenue side. You go here during the day and you get done by plovers, however you want to say it. Like pretty bad, especially further up where the lawn cemetery type part is. Yeah, not the most fun. But anyway, the Innisfail Community Preschool and Kindergarten. I think it's preschool and kindergarten, it says. Not exactly the best lighting to be reading signs, so bear with me. Yeah, Innisfail Community Preschool and Kindergarten. Then there's no kids there, you can sort of show it as best as possible. Some more of the cemetery. No dogs allowed in cemetery. There's the kindergarten, preschool, kindergarten, daycare, whatever you want to call it. House on the corner is long gone. That used to be here. I don't know that I ever got video showing that house. Pretty sure there was one there years ago. And then you got Black's Funerals on the corner on the opposite side. And a random trolley, of course. Wouldn't be a Bestestimes Reborn video without showing a random trolley somewhere. So if you keep going down there, you can get to the Paws and Claws and Spina Court and places like that. The newer sort of suburb down there, newer streets and that. There's Black's Funerals straight across on the corner. I have to adjust the brightness a little bit so we can see a bit more. I don't know, it's hard to tell on this little screen what it's actually showing, but do what we can. And we'll go down Jones Street. There's your Black's Funeral Chapel and Crematorium, 18 Scullin Avenue. See that better, and there's a random Woolworths trolley. So we'll show straight ahead like we normally do, and whatever shows to either side. We might put the wide angle lens on the way back. We go on the highway all the way down to the bridge. Might stop the video there, we'll see how I feel, and then start another video. Might end up with 2 videos out of today. Be nice. Anyway, whatever shows to the left and the right shows when we're doing these sort of videos out of respect. It's nice to show all the different houses and things so people can look back and see their old house or whatever, what's around, but you know, privacy wise, so can't do it. There's a few houses that used to be along here that are completely gone now. Just blocks of land with trees and stuff on them. Used to come this way to high school back in the day sometimes. On my way home. You get a lot of backpackers along here sometimes because the old special school was turned into a backpackers hostel. For those who don't know, yeah. When the old high school closed down, they did that. So, you know. So you often get backpacker people, male and female, walking along here. Not necessarily this hour of the day, but later in the day when I've walked along, I've seen a few. When I've been doing video. Yeah, there used to be a house here. You can see the driveway and that, and how it's built up, because it floods along here too. That's why some of these are built up. So I remember riding a push bike through the floodwaters here. I didn't want to walk it. I should have went back and around the other way, but anyway. You don't think like that when you're a teenager, probably. But yeah, it was around 1992 something. Oh, no, about 1993, 94, maybe 95, I don't know. But yeah, because these big dips here in the road is where it would flood full on. And if it was bad enough, it would come all the way up. Anyway, let's look back where we just came from. The place there looks empty. Looks abandoned. I don't know if it is. But it looks as where we just come from. The bin's out, so maybe not. I've known a couple of lots of people that lived in there back in the day. The long left town. Not plobbers, probbers. If I say plobbers, you know what I mean. The car coming down here, you're serious, of course. Yeah. Plobbers are quite nasty birds, especially when they're nesting. Well, they can be nasty any time. You get them out at the Gundy Sports Ground, and they're just crazy. It doesn't matter what time of the year you can get done by them. So you don't walk across the field. And keep the camera as straight as possible, as always. Next one here is for sale. Doesn't look that old, really. It's for sale anyway, this one. Only, we showed ones that are for sale. They got sold on a different story. Not for advertising, just we can show it. And if you end up living in there, well, we only showed it when it was for sale. Wouldn't show it otherwise. We're nearly up to where Rem Recreational Centre is and all that. The old high school. Rem Recreational Centre is in the old student centre. The old high school. Have a lot of kids programs and that. Things for families to do. And that. Nearly up to Stitt Street, that's the one going across the end here. A lot of people around because of the gym. A block's still there. And the very last block, I think that was D block, I'm not too sure. Too long ago now. Since I went there. There's the old covered area, which is Storm Fight and Fitness, or whatever they call it. Storm something anyway, it's a gym. Here's Stitt Street. I've got the drone with me, but I don't want to do it when there's too many people around. Because a lot of people like to get upset. Even if you're not doing anything wrong, they still like to get upset. Yeah, I'm surprised that A block's still there. And that last block where I had manual arts at one stage with Kenneth Bennett's. Right in that one there, way down there. Well, I'm going to zoom in. You have to pause the thing to get this new zoom they've put in. Storm strength and conditioning, there you go. Commit to fit. Okay, so we've got the new zoom that come in a setting not that long ago. So we should be able to zoom in a little bit more and see along here. Like would be good. You can do a bit of extra zoom too, which is good. Yeah, they've stripped a lot of this. You can't really go in there and get it, so you stay outside the thing. Stay outside the fence line. And just walk slowly and show it what we can while it's still here. Then we'll come back along and get photos. I'll actually get a photo here so I don't have to come back along. Just saves it. Saves the extra walking after walking nearly 3 kilometres so far. Problem is, the camera likes to go up when I'm trying to take a photo. Oh, you can still see the mural there, the ISHS mural. Zoom in and get a photo. There we go. Got both of those. Don't show us much detail like we always do. There's the one in front of this, that used to be in front of this, was the where the tuck shop and that canteen used to be. There's the Ram Recreational Centre. You should be able to see it there, the old student centre. The old covered area. Sorry, the camera's struggling to stay still. Keeps wanting to pan a bit. But there's the old A block after this one. This one here. It's hard to keep it. I think it's too wet to be flying the drone. So I'll come back another time, I think, for that. See if we can zoom back out a little bit. There we go. It'll show it better. There's all roots growing through the old hill pathway. It's pretty horrible to walk on. All the tree roots. That's your A block. Where I had computer studies down the far end, the admin end, the office end, is where I had typing with an actual typewriter, electric typewriters. Trying to go as slow as possible so you can see a lot of detail of what it was like here at this particular time. Oh, it'd be nice to walk through the whole thing, but you can't. Of course, we can't show you the other side of the road because there's a daycare centre. Yeah, the camera keeps, because it's on the full-on zoom, the camera keeps wanting to turn and pan the opposite direction. The brick building that we'll see in a sec is the old, well, in my day it was science. And then that sort of creamy coloured building with the air conditioning unit on it, the old administration, which was the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I don't know if it still is, but it was last time I come along. It has been for a while. And then the library next to that. Yeah, the camera just keeps turning. When I stop panning, it just turns. So it's really annoying. Makes it harder to show it. I had art in the bottom one down there with the biggest green door is there. Oh, back here. The camera rotated again. But the door I used to go in was behind this brick wall. We went in for that. The stairs and that were there. So we'll come up here a little bit. There's Ram Recreational Centre again. Over there. And the old covered area. Sorry it keeps panning along, but I'm just trying to show as much detail while it's still here.
Total 3 kilometers, 37 minutes, 13 seconds, 4,125 steps, heart rate 127 beats per minute.
The smell along here a little bit. There'll be mould and things around. But there's that old building there. And the A block again. It's too wet, so sadly, to fly the drone, but we'll go off a bit further. You can see where the tree roots and that are going through. center of the camera. Yeah, right here. Not exactly nice. It's all the way along, it's like that. Some places are a lot worse. Further down, back where I just came from. It'd be better if they fixed it up. It just look a lot nicer. Pretty much an eyesore along here. In my day, this is where the teachers parked. And all this here. You can see where there used to be a seat. I don't know if it's showing up on here or not. Yeah, there. One a bit further up here too, where there used to be a seat. But look at this to walk over. It's a big obstacle course. It's pretty terrible the way they've got it. The way it's just left. It's probably time for these trees to be knocked down, even though they were probably there in the 40s and 50s and 60s and all that. There's the science block through there, plus the end of the A block and the admin. You can see the science block there. Oh, see the camera drifts. Trying to get it as clean, as clear as possible for you, but yeah, it's not easy. And the old shop, still got the Coca-Cola written on it. Corner of Stitt and May Street. Yeah, still got Coca-Cola and that on it. The old crossing here. Alright, well, it's a no smoking zone. That's still there from the high school days. We'll get a little bit of video this way from this angle. See, but they used to have nice gardens along here. Along all this here, pathways and things. Yeah, they didn't really modernise this school since I was there, so a lot of it looked the same. They added new buildings. It's the old admin, just the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Okay, now we're back to the non-full-on zoom, so I can get a bit better quality. Hopefully it zoomed all the way out. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's gone to one-time zoom, but anyway, you can do what we do. But people live in this old shop now, so you can only show so much. There's the crossing. Just cool, they've still got the Enjoy Coke stuff on there from years ago. There's your Stitt Street with those huge trees. I'm sure many people watching this stood under these trees waiting for a car or a bus or whatever to come along. I got dropped off. There's trees. Someone zooming along pretty fast. There's the old admin. The old office to the high school. We'll get the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints signage here. So you can see for sure that that's what it is. I know it is, but you know. Just the way it is in May 2025, walking along here. We'll come back again later on in the year and see what's happening in the next year and so on while I can, while my body allows it. I've got a thing that I'm going to say now, and it'll mean something to one person and one person only. A little private joke, he'll get it. Chicken, chicken, where's Brad? Chicken, where's Brad? He'll know, so it makes sense. So just think of it like that. So that was one way in. You go to the library that way. admin again. So this was all the library here. It's Mamu Aboriginal Corporation. Country, culture, and community, it says there. And then terrain. There used to be, oh, here's the signs here. Thought there was big signs here. But yeah, this was the old library. It was really nice. It was one of the main air-conditioned buildings. There's Mamu Aboriginal Corporation and the stuff I said before. Yeah, there's not as many signs on there now. There used to be a lot more. There used to be an NQ something. Yeah, there was a few different names on it before. Land care and all that. So I'm going to get a photo of that because it's changed. And that we always try and get the changes. I'll end up on the end of the video. So you can have a squeeze, have a look. There we go. So that's there. And we'll walk down here and then we'll take a left at the end of the street. The sun's starting to come out. I could have went back and did some drone footage, but we'll do it another day. But I've got more time. I've got things to do a little bit later, so yeah. Green Army says here. Green Army Healthy River and Reef Project, part of Landcare, Kasuri Coast Regional Council, and the Johnston River Catchment Management Association Inc. and Terrain. Campbell Page. Johnston Region Landcare Group Inc. 2 Stitt Street, Innisfail. There you go. Volunteers welcome here. Got a couple of photos of these signs while we're here. It's always good to show and look back. And then we'll take a left at the end here, cross over Stitt Street and continue back down to the bridge. We'll get these signs up here too. Used to be a place to put, yeah, up here for cans. I wonder how many people actually use it to put their cans in to raise money. No, I don't dig too many wood nowadays. Wouldn't even know it's there. Can Recycling, Johnston Region Land Care. Yeah, this here, it's pretty horrible looking. There's a lot of twigs and stuff in it. And it smells. Oh, wow. Roller Rink and Arcade, Rome Recreational Centre. There's a lot of signage here now. I guess the nursery is still around. Tropical Coast Palms. I wonder if the Spinners still own it. Okay, gives you enough time to have a look at it. Entry this way, that's the, needs to be cleaned up. It's for the childcare place. Yeah, you find out seeing what it's meant to be. You need to come along and at least spray weeds. And there we go, there's that signage. So we'll cross over. There's a lot of mosquitoes on that corner. Be careful if you come along. Here comes some cyclists. Part of their cycling club. I wish they'd have done this correctly, where they actually put the pathway out properly. Instead of, see, it stops here where that gutter is, that drain. It's a bit silly. Remember when they put that there in the 90s originally. Oh. The cyclists have stopped it. They're probably either getting bananas or going home, or what the deal is. They're in the cycling gear, so one coming towards me. There's a caravan park across there. Can't even think of the name of it now. Oh, that's what happens at this hour of the morning. Flanagan going past. Nickname. Yeah, we'll face to come the other way. Out of respect, out of manners, like we always do. Good morning. Might get the... Yeah, I'll put that wide angle lens on. Hopefully it's clean still. Yeah, River Drive, Caravan Park. Oh, just, it magnetises on there and then adjusts itself. Yeah, it's on there properly. Let's centre it again. There's River Drive, Caravan Park. Across there. Coming up on Ida Street. Ida Street goes down to my left and goes down to that May Street we saw before. But it's on the corner of the old shop. Where Mrs. Galea used to have her cafe back in the day. We've got a lot of business from the high school. People walking home and walking to. If it was open early enough. Of course, the NQ plant store, whatever it's called, was there at one stage. There was a actual pool place, like selling, you know, sort of like Kamek style of place. All the pool things and that. Chemicals and whatever else. The information centre was there for a while too, in the corner of Eslick and the highway. Yeah, this year, I don't know what's in there now. It's been repainted since I last come along. So Michael Spry's had something to do with it. A very, a name you certainly see a lot around here. People coming for the bananas, I would say. But there, yeah, where the cafe used to be. I went in there once, and Mrs. Galea had it back. I don't know if she still had it then, but it was still a cafe. Yeah. Just after the early 90s, it's banana a day, bananas for sale. Person stopped, I don't know what they're doing. Champions in real estate. David Calloway Penny, hyphenated name. Oh, there's houses and things for sale here. Let's get a quick photo while I'm here. And get my looks off the person in the ute. Because it's got a aerial shot of what's for sale. House and land. Anyway, Innisfail Cultural Complex, Choral Society, Jam Club, Innisfail Lioness Club, Theatre Group and Air Conditioned Meeting Room. I've been down there a few times in video, so I won't go down there. Remember this being built when I was in high school. Next to Barry Reef there's the Conservatorium of Music, the Cotton Theatre in other words. The Cotton Theatre Visual Performing Arts Centre. It's had a few different names that people have called it over the years. Barry Reef Motel just here. Boost the brightness up just that little bit. I know it blows out the sky a little bit, but you can see more detail of the different buildings and things along here. Tone that down just a little bit. Oh, that was pretty bright. Anyway, Barry Reef Motel. So that caravan park, the RV park that I was talking about earlier. The Barry Reef Motel, I don't know if they've still got the pool there. There used to be a Coke machine in that big area there, big undercover area. Once in a blue moon I'd get one on the way home from high school. A drink from there, because I had a long walk out to Gundy Bend. Yes, while my brother was allowed to catch the bus, I had to walk. KFC sign, 2 minutes. River Avenue, oh, this is part of River Avenue, yeah, that's right. River Avenue, Scotland Avenue, still part of the highway. The RV park across there, where they often have a lady selling fruit and veggies under that big old tree over there. Can't think of the lady's name. I'm sure somebody will put it in the comments, just the first name. Uniting Church. Sunday service 10 a.m. Wednesday 6 p.m. prayer meeting. Here Alan and Robin Flegler. All welcome. I know them. Well, there you go. It says it on the sign there. Alan and Robin Flegler. Yes, there you go. I'd zoom in and try and take a photo of the sign, but it's hard because they flicker with cameras, those sort of signs. But we'll see what I can get. Must be this Sunday. Yeah, Alan and Robin Flegler. Oh, there's acquaintances with their son, Matthew. And Facebook friends with their other son. What's his face? I can't think of his name. Sorry, matey. Should know. Often is in Zambia. But anyway, we'll continue along. There's a cemetery there to my left. And that. Yeah, that rain's coming. Well, we're going up to the bridge and stopping the video just after the bridge, so basically where I started. So I've done that loop. And that, so. Oh, when it's a fully sunny day, it's nice to have this big tree canopy here. Very nice. And then I'll start a second video once I get up there. Young Performers, Tuesday the 3rd of June 2025 to the 6th of June. So Friday of this week, competition. It's at the Shire Hall. Probably too late by the time you see this video. Yes. The flagless. Ex-Tully resident. Grew up in Tully. Tully in the gully, as the saying goes. Bamboo Creek coming up. Yeah, sun's starting to come out now, but I don't think it's going to be a sun shower if there's any rain. Bamboo Creek Bridge. I remember the old green bridge that used to be here. Towards the end was on an angle like that. It was on a weird angle. It was dangerous. It was a lot narrower than this, about a quarter of the size. And when they were building this bridge, they had a bridge attached, a walking / cycling bridge attached to the vehicle bridge. Oh, that was horrible too. They're both horrible. The tides are right in. Has been lately when I've come along. Different parts of the Johnston River, because this goes out to the Johnston River. The other side of the bridge is the Johnston River. Bamboo Creek. Yeah, it's up pretty high. Anyway, continue along. Doing my thing. And we'll stop up here. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Bestest Times, keeping memories alive for us and future generations to see. Check the links in the description. And stay safe, stay cool, stay tuned for the next one, and we'll catch you in the next one.